around the nucleus. So if the electron is present in the s orbital, it means that that electron is symmetrically getting attracted towards the nucleus from all the directions. Okay, so I'll mention here it is spherical in shape. Now let us move to next orbital, that is p orbital. Now p orbital is having the shape of dumbbell. Now what is dumbbell shape? Let me draw and explain. You might have heard this term dumbbell. See, purposely I am drawing this diagram in front of you so that when you have to draw, you should know how to begin with. Okay, so this is our x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. Okay, same, I will write your x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So x, y and z. Now the topic is type and shape of orbital. Okay, s orbital is of only one type. P orbital is of three types. Now this three type depends on the dimensions in which it is present. First of all, we will focus on dumbbell shape. Dumbbell shape, student, is this. You have to draw like this, dumbbell shape. So this particular orbital is px. Okay, because the type is p. Fine. So this orbital is px. Now if I have to draw py, where we are going to draw the orbital? Yes, along the y-axis. Now I hope you all can draw the pz orbital also. It will be on the z-axis. Okay, so this is dumbbell shape. So px, py and pz. Now we are moving towards d orbital. Now d orbital is double dumbbell. It is having double dumbbell shape and it is of 5 types. Alright. Now it's 5 types. First of all, I will just name which are those 5 types. Alright. We have dxy, we have dyz, we have dzx. Okay. And we are having dx square minus y square, dz square. Now definitely you might be thinking from where the type came, from where the shape came. All this topic will be explained in the quantum numbers subtopic. Okay. Now let us draw the shape of the dxy, dyz and dzx and the remaining 2 orbitals. So first of all, we are going to draw this axis and then we are going to draw y-axis. Okay. And then we are going to draw z-axis. Okay. So x, y, z, x, y, z, x, y, z. Now it is double dumbbell. Students, double dumbbell, you have to remember this structure. Like the petals of flowers. Okay, like the petals of flower. Okay. Now dxy. So dxy is the orbital which is lying in between the Cartesian axis. Between the Cartesian axis means the region which is present in between these 2 Cartesian axes. Okay, so dxy, dyz, dzx. Please remember this. These 3 orbitals are lying in between the Cartesian axis. Okay, so how to draw their structures? Shape is this. Alright, so I draw here, it is dxy, it is lying in between the Cartesian axis. So I draw like this. This is also dyz in between the Cartesian axis. Okay, dzx, this is also in between the Cartesian axis. So what you have to remember is, it is like a flower, okay, with 4 lobes. And it is present in between the Cartesian axis, in between the x, y and z plane. Alright, now we will go to the next remaining 2 types of orbitals. Now here what we have to do is, see, I am drawing x-axis, this is our x-axis, this is our y-axis and here we have the z-axis. So I will write here x, y and z. Now the speciality about these 2 orbital is that they are present on the Cartesian axis. So you have to remember, on the Cartesian axis means on these axes they are present. On these axes they are present. So we have x square minus y square. So you remember this x. Look at this y. So I will draw like this. This is dx square minus dy square. This is the orbital. In this way you have to draw. Okay. Next is dz square. Now for dz square, this is the z axis, x, y, z. It is dz square is having this shape, and the special condition for dz square, what you have to remember is electrons are present in this ring which is present around. In this region the electrons are present. Okay, so 5 orbitals of d. Now what about f orbital? It is having diffused shape, and it is of 7 types. Okay, now if you could see here, I have already drawn some of the shapes as well. Just have a look at this particular page. S orbital is spherical in shape. I have written spherical in shape. Now just look at here, I have written nucleus. Okay, so this is the nucleus, this region is nucleus, and around this the orbital which is present is 1s. After 1s, just look at this diagram, after 1s the next orbital is 2s. So this is the shape of s orbital. As I have already explained, p orbital is of dumbbell shape. So we have px, we have py, and we have pz. As already explained, d orbital is of 5 types: dxy, dyz, and dzx. They are present in between the Cartesian axis. These 3 are present in between the Cartesian axis, and the remaining 2 are present on the Cartesian axis.